My wife thought she was trading me in for a billionaire upgrade, but she didn't realize that I was the one who built her boss's empire from the shadows, and I was about to take it all back. Listen closely, because this is how you destroy a traitor and a tyrant in a single move. I have been married to Sarah for 7 years, and I spent every single day working as a lead software architect for a man named Julian Vance. Julian is a celebrity CEO who loves the spotlight, but he doesn't have a single technical bone in his body. I designed the encryption protocols that made his company worth billions, but because I value my privacy, I stayed behind the scenes and let him be the face of the brand. Sarah always felt that Julian was more impressive than me because he was on the cover of magazines. While I was just the guy in the home office, she started working as his personal consultant. And soon the late nights turned into weekend trips that she claimed were for business. I knew the truth the moment I saw Julian wearing a custom watch that I had helped Sarah pick out for my own birthday. 3 months ago, she gave it to him instead. I didn't confront her with tears or shouting. Instead, I did what any good architect does. I looked for the back door in the system. Sarah and Julian were planning to push me out of the company entirely so they could take my remaining shares and run away together to a villa in Italy. They had been funneling company funds into a private account, thinking they were being clever, but they forgot that I'm the one who wrote the tracking software. I watched through our home security cameras as they sat in my living room, laughing about how boring and predictable I was while Julian kissed my wife on the very sofa I paid for. That was the final straw. I didn't just want a divorce, I wanted total annihilation. Julian was preparing for a massive initial public offering that would make him the richest man in the country, but the entire platform relied on a master key that only I possessed on the morning of the big launch. Sarah sent me a text saying she was leaving me and that I was a loser who would never amount to anything. I didn't reply. I just sat in my dark office and executed the protocol I had named Icarus. With one keystroke, I revoked Julian's administrative access and redirected the company's core intellectual property to a private foundation. In my name, I then sent a massive data dump to the Securities and Exchange Commission detailing every single dollar Julian and Sarah had stolen from the company's investors as the opening bell rang at the stock exchange. Julian stood on the podium, ready to ring it, but his phone started blowing up. Federal agents were already entering the building. The stock price didn't just drop, it vanished. Julian was arrested on live television for embezzlement and fraud, and because Sarah's name was on all the illegal transfer documents. She was taken away in handcuffs right next to him. She looked at the camera with a face full of terror, realizing that the loser she left had just turned her billionaire dream into a 20-year prison sentence. I sold the remaining assets of the company for a fortune and bought a house on the opposite side of the world. I never saw Sarah again, but I heard she tried to write me letters from prison, begging for a second chance. I never opened them. I just used the envelopes to start my fireplace. Moral of the story: never try to steal the throne from the person who built it, and never assume the quietest person in the room isn't the most dangerous one.